Finally happened this preseason. The 76ers' Ben Simmons hit his first three-pointer in a preseason, regular season, or postseason for that. For his career, Simmons is 0 for 17 from three-point range during the regular season and has attempted just 1 3 in the playoffs. Ben Simmons was one of 3 76ers who inked a $100 million deal this offseason, along with Tobias Harris and Al Horford. And when you add in Embiid and Josh Richardson, their starting five could stay intact through 2022. Simmons sat down with Marc Spears of The Undefeated and talked about the upcoming season.
Ben Simmons is a special player.
This guy is an absolute star in the making.
Me re-signing kind of helped. And this summer, finding who I was as a player again, I kind of lost that last season to where I was just going through motions and I wasn't playing the game I knew how to play. And I kind of found that this summer, and I kind of feel confident going onto the floor and saying, I've prepared all summer for this, and I've worked harder than anybody here, and I'm going to show everybody.
So what do you got to say to people that keep asking you about your jump shot?
Nothing really. I really don't. It really goes back to what we were talking about at the start. Like, I don't care. Yeah. I was like, I'm working. Like, what do you want me to do?
Fans want Simmons to shoot a three, and he makes it. A standing ovation.
I'm working, and that's all a part of it. Everybody has things they're not good at or as good at, and that was one of my weaknesses for sure, 100%. But everybody has a weakness, but I'm still dropping 18 points, 9 rebounds, and 8 assists. And that's at a super high level. Probably 3-4 guys in the NBA who are doing that.
They get it to Leonard. Fall away for the win. Got it! Got it!
How painful was your last NBA game, and what did you take from that crazy loss to Toronto?
It wasn't as painful as it seemed or looked for me personally. I'm the type of player, if we don't win, there's a reason. And I believe that my time and our team's time is coming. Experiences and things like that help you grow as a player and help you get better.
Oh, baby! It's a dunk by Simmons!
What would it mean to put that banner up? Do you see it as this is something that we can do?
For sure. I mean, I think about it all the time. I think about having a float down Broad Street, holding a championship trophy, and knowing we did something special for the city. But we want to do it multiple times also, so it's one day at a time.
Great work there by our very own Marc Spears. Ben Simmons, Magic, Mike Wilbon. I look at the Philadelphia 76ers, and I literally believe a jump shot by Ben Simmons is holding a championship in the palm of the Philadelphia 76ers' hands. He gets one, they win the title. He doesn't, they don't. Magic, your thoughts?
Well, he could get a jump shot, but if he doesn't learn how to take over the game in the last 2 minutes, they won't win a championship. So taking over the game got to be the first priority at the end of the game, because Embiid's going to get double teamed. So they're going to say, Ben, you have to beat us one-on-one. He got to learn how to take over the game in the last 2 minutes to win the game for the Sixers. If he does that, then add the jump shot, I think they can win it all.
Wilbon, you agree with that?
Yeah, I do. And people discount sort of poise and what you can do at the end of the game, what you have to do. When you're sitting right next to the person who understood that, you know what? The disappointment that comes from this, the only 2 people who won big in NBA history who didn't have this kind of giant disappointment to start their careers. Irvin and Bill Russell, end of list. Everybody else had it. Larry had it. LeBron had it. Michael had it. Every great player you point to had it. These guys had that with that shot. The question is, what are the lessons they're going to learn is not just the jump shot. It's how to control the basketball game, to not let some mini games get to that point.
When you speak about lessons learned, I think about Embiid, and guess what I think about? I think about the tears, the crying when he went, and I'm not making fun of him. I'm looking at him walk into that tunnel, how much that hurt. And you know what I loved about it? I said to myself, no more games. It hurts now. He realizes the pain that comes with losing. And I think that's going to change Joel Embiid, and I think he's going to be a monster because of it. What about you, Matt?
Stephen A., you're right. You have to learn how to win the championship before you can win it, right? And it has to bring pain and heartache. And so the Sixers now understand, like you just said, Embiid, their leader to me, saying, you know what? I cried. It hurt me enough that this season I'm going to come back better. But what he has to do is empower Ben Simmons. If he empowers Ben Simmons, he takes off. When Kareem empowered me, I took off and had my best seasons.
Kemba Walker, that name comes to my mind because I think about how spectacular he was in Charlotte. But Magic pointed out when we talked off the air about how Kemba has to get others involved now because he's not a one-man show. How difficult do you think that's going to be for him in Boston, Wilbon?
Well, he's going to have to be helped by the guys who are already there, by the incumbent players, by Jaylen Brown, by Jason Tatum. He's going to have to be helped by that entire group to say, okay, speaking of empowered, the group is going to have to empower him to play differently. He's got to play differently. He was at times a soloist a lot in Charlotte. That's got to almost disappear, and that takes time. I mean, I don't expect Boston to get off to a great start or fast start because of that.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.